Hello friends, today I am going to tell you about the importance of vocabulary in IELTS. Before that, you should know what is vocabulary. A vocabulary is a set of familiar words within a person's language. Vocabulary is set of words within a language. A vocabulary, usually developed with the age, serves as a useful and fundamental tool for communication and acquiring knowledge. Acquiring an extensive vocabulary is one of the largest challenges in learning a second language. Vocabulary is very useful in day-to-day life for learning a language. For many people, the word vocabulary is primarily associated with the number of words that a person knows. One either has a large or a small vocabulary, but the word has many shades of meaning and is nicely representative of the nuanced and multi-hued nature of so much of the English lexicon. Vocabulary may indeed refer to the collection of words known by an individual or by a group of people. It may also signify the body of specialized term in a field of study or activity. It may designate a physical object such as a book in which a collection of words is defined or explained, and it may name things other than words such as a list or collection of terms or codes available for use, a set of list of numerable symbols, and a set of expensive forms used in art. Now, I will tell you about the vocabulary growth, how it grows. Vocabulary grows within the age as a human grows. So, there are few periods of its growth. During its infancy, a child instinctively builds a vocabulary. Infants intimate words that they hear and then associate those words with object and actions. This is the listening vocabulary. The speaking vocabulary follows as a child's thought becomes more reliant and his or her ability to self-express without relying on anyone else. Once reading and writing vocabularies start to develop through question and education, the child starts to discover the anomalies and irregularities of language. Vocabulary grows throughout the entire life. Between the age of 20 and 60, people learn some 6,000 words, and at the average age of 20 years, a person learns 42,000 words coming from 11,100 word families. And a 60-year-old knows 48,200 lemmas coming from 13,400 word families. People expand their vocabulary by reading, playing games, and participating in vocabulary-related programs. Now, here I will tell you how vocabulary is important in IELTS. Vocabulary is important in reading, writing, listening, and speaking. Vocabulary is very important in the IELTS. Vocabulary is 25% of your marks for IELTS writing and speaking, and also plays a key role in listening and reading. You need to develop your English language vocabulary if you wish to crack IELTS. So, why it is important? Vocabulary is ultimately expressions. Having an extensive vocabulary will help you express yourself clearly and communicate well with clarity. A linguistic vocabulary is also identical to a thinking vocabulary, meaning that you will be able to think concise through thoughts with precision. Although much of your vocabulary is built up throughout your childhood, it will certainly plateau once you leave education. In order to keep the vocabulary in order and expand after that time, it is advisable to read, play word games, or even set to yourself goal to learn a new word each day. So, here are some tips that will help you to know the importance of vocabulary. An extensive vocabulary aids expression and communicate. The second is vocabulary size has been directly linked to reading comprehension. The third is linguistic vocabulary is synonymous with thinking vocabulary. Fourth is a person may be judged by others based on his or her vocabulary. Wilkins in 1972 once said, "Very little can be conveyed, but without vocabulary, nothing can be conveyed." It means if you don't know the grammar, you can convey a little, but if you don't know the vocabulary, you will not be able to convey a little message. So now I will tell you the importance of vocabulary in these 4 modules of IELTS. First is the reading. A literate person's vocabulary is all the words they can recognize when reading. This is generally the largest type of vocabulary simply because a reader tend to be exposed to more words by reading than listening. Now, the second is writing. Words are used in various forms of writing, from formal essay to social media fields. Many written words do not commonly appear in speech. Writers generally use a limited set of words then communicating. For example, if there are a number of synonyms, a writer may have a preference as to which of them to use, and they are unlikely to use technical vocabulary relating to a subject in which they have no knowledge or interest. Now, the third is listening. A person's listening vocabulary is all the words they can recognize while listening to speech. People may still understand words they were not exposed to before using cues such as tone, gestures, the topic of discussion, and the social context of the conversation. Now, the last one is speaking. A person's speaking vocabulary is all the words they use in the speech. It is likely to be a subset of the listening vocabulary. Due to the spontaneous nature of speech, words are often misused. The misuse, though slight and unintentional, may be compensated by facial expression and a tone of voice. So, vocabulary is always important in these all 4 modules: reading, writing, listening and speaking. So, if you want to crack the IELTS exam, you really need to know a good amount of vocabulary words. Here are some words I written for you. They are the new words that are added to the dictionary. Some few words are the old one, but few words are the new. So I repeat them that you can understand. First one is blink, it means expensive. Second is chillax, that means calm down and relax. The third one is crunk, that means very excited. The fourth one is drool worthy, that means desirable. The fifth one is guyliner, it means the eyeliner that is worn by the men. Sixth is totes, it is the abbreviation of totally. Seventh is casual, that is accidental. Eighth is catalog, that means a list. Ninth is cease, that means stop, or we can say to put at an end. The 10th is watchful, that means careful. Thank you. Stay tuned for more videos like this.